Okay, amazing, gorgeous souls. It is September, and September feels so joyful. It's like, I don't know, you probably are just like me. When you step outside right now, even though it's still warm, you can feel the autumn like entering, right? You can feel it in the energy. And it's such a powerful energy. It's like the shifting of the seasons, and it's the ending of the summer, and with the season of the autumn, a whole new season arrives. There is so much room now for new manifestations. And I love the autumn because our beautiful daughter was also born in, is, I don't know how you say that, born in the autumn, right? On the 15th of October. And she's currently laying with me, and she is such a blessing. But when I think about like all the cycles, like all our manifestations, all our desires, it always goes through cycles, right? So if I just look back at all the years, there's always something happening around the autumn. And autumn is always when things actually come into the physical manifestation. So that's why I just love the autumn and why I love September so much. So I am currently on this experiment called life. Seriously, I am having so much fun, and at the same times I'm sometimes going like, oh my god, what the f. Am I really gonna do this? Am I really going through this? Yes, I am. But it's like, it's divine. It is divine, and it's like I just read this book and it was so beautiful, and it said like we are going through certain things for like the last time. Like, this is literally the last time you're going through it, because this is the time you're definitely are gonna let it go. We are like, we are we are skipping or letting go of this complete timeline. And currently I'm working with three amazing women in my Phoenix portal, and new rounds are opening up. So stay focused on my email list, because my email list is always the first one to know when I open up my doors for the Phoenix Temple, for the Heron Experience. And sometimes I also do this fun experiments, right? So today I sent it out an email about a special offer for a limited time. I got clear instructions, and those messages I send out primarily to my email list. Most of the time I don't share that on Instagram or any other channel. So if you want to be like the first to know if I have any special like inspired actions, be sure to enroll on my email list, and you can find the link to enroll for my email list on the show or in the show notes. So, by the way, if you sign up for my email list, you'll get amazing content. Sometimes I am a little bit silent, then the other times I send a lot of amazing content, and it sort of depends on the phase that I'm in, but I promise you it's an email list that's absolutely worth signing up for. Anyhow, um, currently working with three amazing women in the Phoenix Temple, and we are having such a blast. Seriously, it is the most fun. And even though we're actually doing pretty heavy stuff, it is actually just so much fun. And in the Phoenix Temple, we work through three phases, right? So we start in the phase where we activate the fire, and then we go to the second phase where we actually rise, and the third phase is the flying phase. And what I love about this framework is that um, it gives us a clear outline, and then within that outline we are just having so much co-creation. So the women I'm currently attracting are all women who are very well connected with their spirit. So the fun thing is that whenever I send something out, they then like sort of sit with it with their spirit, and then they come back to me with messages from their spirit, and then I get to respond on that again. So it is such a fun way of working. It's really like working in this different realm. It's not even of this world, but then again, we are manifesting in the physical world, and then we see the physical manifestations as well, which is, of course, very fun because, like, you know, by now that I am all about the physical manifestations as well, right? Because I am not the kind of girl that just wants the energetic stuff, even though the energetic feelings can be amazing. If it's just in your fantasy and you are not seeing it in your physical reality, then at a certain point you're like, okay, now it's not that much fun anymore. So, what I want to talk about today is a very interesting law which I learned about because I was sort of diving into this. How do you call it again? This it's a certain way to work with money in your business. Um, wow, I can't come up with a name now. Like one of my former clients is a coach in that field. Anyway, it's this wow, it's this money system where you divide all your money over different bank accounts. Anyway, I was looking into that during my reset because during my reset, I get these downloads. I don't do resets that often anymore because I don't like, I'm not like before, I had the tendency to get very overwhelmed, but I don't know, something happened in my energy where I don't feel overwhelmed as easy anymore. But after 31 days of very, very intensive coaching with my coach, I was like, whew, let me just take a breather for like 44 hours just to let it all settle in and let really feel like, yeah, let it settle in, let it do its work, and let me see what else is like sort of coming through. And during that reset, this came through, and I like, interesting. So I Google it because I do Google things during my reset. I have everything on lockdown, all my apps, all my phone calls, everything. But then whenever I have downloads, like specific downloads, I Google it, and then it will get me on this path, and it's really fun. You get this unfolding, like it's like an like I don't know what the word is in English. It's speurtocht in Dutch, where you just like sort of like yeah, I don't know what the word is in English, but I guess you get the point if you're listening to this. I like treasure hunting. That's the word. So it's like treasure hunting. It's really fun, and I stumbled across the law, which is called the law of Parkinson. And I was like, oh my God, that is so interesting. Because the law of Parkinson actually says that whenever you have like 6 months to do something, it will take you 6 months. But if you have like 6 weeks for the same goal, you'll get it done in 6 weeks. It's the same with us with spending money, right? If we have like 10,000, 10K on our bank account, and we'll spend it, right? So maybe I'm not giving the right example. How they explain this is what they said, like if you get a raise in salary, how is it possible that somehow at the end of the month you still don't have extra money left over? It's because of the law of Parkinson, because the money we have on our bank account is actually what we tend to spend, and sometimes even more. So that goes with money, that goes with time, and that goes with food as well, right? If you have a plate and it's filled, you'll eat it. And if you have the same, like a smaller plate with a smaller kind of food, you would eat that. So it really depends on how much you have available. And that's why I love working in the 6 week portals, because the 6 week portals makes us really manifest very fast. So I had this one client, and I worked with her previously, like earlier this year, and we originally said we're going to work together for 3 months. We had a very interesting program together because the first couple of months, like somehow just nothing. Like we didn't even contact. Like she was like sort of checked out. It was like she paid the money and then just like nothing. She just didn't show up the first month. So I was like, okay, well, it's her how do you say that, program. It's her way. The priestess energy never chases, so she sees everything in divine timing. So I was like, okay, let's just see what's gonna happen. So I just let her be, and I just provided this safe space for her, and I knew that, and I just let her know, like, you're always welcome, but do it in your divine timing. It's your program, so have it your way. And then like when we went towards the end and we had 6 weeks left, then all of a sudden something happened. And I was like, okay, just a little check in. In 6 weeks, our time together ends. So no matter what, it ends in 6 weeks. So just that you know. And when I said that, something shifted inside of her. And actually, she manifested giving her whole first event ever in 6 weeks. She organized it and she sold it out in just 6 weeks, which was freaking amazing because normal people will be like, okay, hosting an event for the first time, selling it out for the first time with almost no mailing list. That's not going to happen in 6 weeks. But it does happen in 6 weeks when you know that you only have 6 weeks to get it done. That's what the law of Parkinson defines. So that's why I love working in this 6 weeks portals. So I really want you to sort of see today as an invitation to look at time in a different way, to really understand that anything can be done in a short amount of time. Sure, it has to be sort of realistic. I mean, really, if we would be so pure in our energy, we could manifest anything in a second, right? Or in 24 hours. Truth be said, I am not there yet that I can manifest something in 24 hours. Or maybe I am. I'm currently doing an experiment, so maybe I am. I'll give you an update about that pretty soon. But for now, I feel like 6 weeks portals are like the thing. Like I said, there are two ways you can currently work with me in those 6 weeks portals. It's either the Heron experience, which is like a higher investment and it's a very intimate way of working with me. And then you have the Phoenix Mastermind, which takes place in the Phoenix temple, which is absolutely beautiful. Like, oh my God, it's such a sacred place. There's so much gold and so much crystals and such a clear energy. And the Heron just like looks like she's like next to the Phoenix temple, and she's just like she's almost like the guardian angel of this Phoenix temple. It's freaking amazing. It's beautiful. And the Phoenix Mastermind is like with an energetic mastermind. So you still work with me one on one, but it's a little less high intensive than the Heron. So the Heron is very private, it's very intimate with me, it's very like, oh my God, this is like off a no other level. We go so deep, we go into different timelines, and we heal past life experiences, and it's very well transformational. It's really like, oh my God, reclaiming that priestess energy, but like on a whole nother level. It's crazy. And then the Phoenix Mastermind is like, it's a little bit less intensive. So it's like sort of a first step. I think a lot of the women who work in a mastermind with me will eventually be at a point that they'll be like, okay, now I want to do the Heron as well. So the Phoenix Mastermind is sort of one step below that, but it's not less, but it's just a different route to take. And the Phoenix Mastermind is really about manifesting that one big desire into reality in 6 weeks. So that's really, if you have this one thing that you'll be like, oh my God, I have been wanting this forever and it seems to not physically show up, then this is the portal for you, because that is just freaking like, we just do it in 6 weeks. It's really amazing. And then, like I said, sometimes I do this spontaneous inspired actions, super, 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 I don't know, fun and aligned. Um, uh, yeah, call to actions. And like I said, I did one today. It's for a very special prize. And it's like, oh, this is so juicy. The women who are going to sign up for this are going to be like jumping up and down because they're like, oh my God. It feels like a gift. That's how it feels. But I only do those once in a while when I feel the inspired action. And you have to be quick because when they're gone, when the spots are filled, they're filled. So, um, yeah, law of Parkinson, really inviting you to look at time in a different way. That's the invitation for today. And just like let the universe surprise you and ask yourself the question. Like, we tend to ask the question, what if I fail? But don't ask that question anymore. Ask yourself the question, what if it does succeed? Oh my God, we actually most of the time never even think about that. But what if it does succeed? Think about the extreme fun and aligned feeling that actually triggers inside your body. You should be able to feel it in your womb area. And if you feel that and you feel that excitement, please trust it because it's gonna happen. And just follow your sacred yeses and your sacral yeses and just follow it, follow it, follow it, follow it, and trust it. It is a fun, joyful, and sometimes very like, oh, like roller coaster kind of feeling. But I don't know, if you do it together, it's so much more fun. That's something I can guarantee you. I am making connections with women. It's like, wow, 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 such a deep remembrance on such a soul level, and it's so beautiful to co-create with these beautiful souls. So I'm forever grateful for choosing this path, and yeah, really, really showing up for it. Like, yeah, this is the path. This is the path I chose, and yes, this is my commitment, and I'm freaking loving it. So you know where to find me if you want to co-create with me. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Instagram or through email. I'll be happy to answer them. If you have any questions around the Phoenix Mastermind, or if you have any questions about the Heron Experience, or if you're just curious about me maybe having some special like one-time offers going on, just check in with me. And maybe it will get rewarded. Okay, I love you so much. Have an amazing evening. Bye for now.